mentioned you've been to quite a few AFL Grand Finals. Can you imagine what the atmosphere will be like for an Origin game?
Well, I've been a spectator, as I mentioned, but I really can't imagine what it'll be like down on this ground with a capacity crowd or near capacity crowd. I've always said I'd like to run out on the MCG just for 15 minutes, but hopefully this time next year I get to play a full 80.
It's obviously enormous interest in Origin in Melbourne, but you're confident it will be a full house?
Yeah, I think so. I think the guys mentioned earlier that the last game played here was I think it was close to 90,000. 10 years or close to 10 years on, the sport's more popular than ever down here, particularly State of Origin. Kids are always talking about Queensland versus New South Wales, and I couldn't see any less than 95,000 here next year.
Ken, you said you wanted to play here, but did you ever think the day would actually come?
Not really, no. It was more of just a bit of a dream, really, just to say that I'd love to run out. And I was talking about playing AFL, but now I get to play my own code, which is even better. And in such a big game, a State of Origin match in that environment, the highest intensity that you'll ever play in rugby league, with a impeccable stadium and a huge crowd, it'll just be enormous.
How's the body? I don't think many people expect you to play on the weekend. How's it feeling?
Oh, look, it's a little bit tired now, obviously after the 2 games, but it's no more than most of the other Origin players that backed up on the weekend. The ankle's pretty good. It was up to me to play. Obviously the coach, he wasn't real keen, but the ankle felt pretty good come Saturday night before kick-off, and I said to him when I seen him on Thursday that if it felt good, then I was going to play. We're already down on troops, so we needed everyone that we had available.
A lot of people talking about player welfare again over this Origin period, how it could be done better. Ryan was just saying he'd like to see the comp shut down for 3 weeks and just play the Origin games back to back to back. Have you got a theory on what would be best for the players?
I think there's a lot of theories and a lot of different ideas on the way we can improve the season, or particularly the rep period. But at the end of the day, I think the way we can do it is maybe look at that, is shut down the comp for 3 weeks and just play the Origin series over those 3 weekends, and maybe reduce the premiership matches if we could, to maybe 20 rounds. That's a way, but it is a hard thing. It's pretty hard to back up on weekends, but you always want to put your hand up for your club. That's your main priority, is to be available for your club on the weekend, because at the end of the day you're trying to win a premiership for your teammates and your fans and your sponsors. So you're never going to let them down. But the same year we always have these issues of players being injured and fans saying, well, the quality of the games decreased because of injuries and fatigue and all that. So from a playing point of view, the players are just trying to do their best. So it's up to our administration to look at ways to minimise that fatigue factor. Clubs missing out on players being available due to coaches' reluctance to play them in those matches when you're backing up on the weekend.
Is it up to the players though to go to the league and say it's not good enough that we have to back up under such circumstances?
Oh well, it shouldn't be. But if it gets to that point, then we have the options to do that with the Players Association. So hopefully.
Is it at that point now?
Oh well, given the amount of injuries and everything from the weekend, maybe it is. But we'll have to sit down. We got an important meeting coming up with the NRL that's been scheduled for the Players Association soon. So I'm sure that'll be addressed then.
Cam Hoffey said it was the hardest Origin game he's played. Do you share that view?
Oh, physically, yeah. It was quite brutal, the entire match, particularly the last 20 minutes. I don't think there was a point scored in the last 24 minutes. So it was just sort of end-to-end stuff, and particularly the way we needed to get back in the game and the way we had to defend and try and keep them on their own try line. It was just, it took a lot of effort, and it was quite intense, the match. But I think, for the guys that got through it unscathed, it was, even though we lost, it was quite a rewarding feeling to come out of that match and say you were part of such a brilliant game of football. Unfortunately, we were on the wrong side of the scoreboard, but that's State of Origin. You can't win them all, and we've got another chance down in Sydney.
Are you expecting Daly, Cherry Evans and Jonathan Thurston to sort of continue on, or I mean, let's talk about you moving to 5'8", an option?
Well, it's an option. I don't know whether it will happen. If Daly's fit, then he'll play there. I think he was unavailable for Manly yesterday, so he's obviously got a bit of an injury to get over there. But if he's fit, then he'll be in the halves with Jonathan. There's no doubt about that. Unfortunately, Daly didn't get an opportunity to really train in the halves at all during the camp. It was more, preparing him to get on and play in the ruck, and he actually trained a little bit of time at hooker. So that's why we're a little bit out of sync the other night. It's hard to ask a guy to come in and play or take Cooper Cronk's role in the 10th minute of the match when he's got his mind focused on getting in the game a bit later on and playing a totally different role. And I guess that's a positive for our team, is that we only lost by 4 points. It was 2 tries each. We got beaten by 2 penalty goals. Although New South Wales, they were better than us on the night. I think giving Daly some time to prepare and know his role in the side, I think we will be a better footy side.
I'm not sure if you're aware, Cam, but you actually had more tackles than the entire Richmond footy team on the weekend. You got thoughts on that?
Well, it's a totally different sport, isn't it? So that's just my job in the team, and given I'm a smaller bloke and around a lot of big blokes, they just run at me. So I got to get my head in there. Thanks.